gonna happen, mate. We're gonna do it, and when we do it, it's gonna be vicious, mate. I ain't a man dregsing with the weights. I ain't a man taking the last ounces of my soul on the scales. I've done that before. I ain't doing it no more. You can say what you want. Oh, Bellew's not in shape. Bellew looks fleshy at the weight. Bellew's just iced a man who's never been done before. Bellew just feels in absolutely fantastic shape. Bellew doesn't lose 2.5 stone no more each time for the camp. Bellew goes to the gym now 15 stone and just cuts 10 pound nice and easy. I fought Nathan Cleverly in my 16th fight, 15 fight novice. I'd fought, the best person I fought was Oval Mackenzie at British title level. I am now, is that 25, is that 26 fights? I've fought some of the best, I've fought the best fighter in the world in my weight class, one of the biggest pound for pound punchers in the world. I've beat guys like Isaac Chilemba, world ranked guys. Let's see who beats Isaac Chilemba. I've beat renowned punchers, Ederson Miranda. I'm not saying who's the best Ederson Miranda, I'm just saying I've beat these guys. Who's he beat? Okay, everyone's saying, well, Tony, he did beat you. He beat a guy who basically got a fight because he opened his mouth at a press conference and he sells a shitload of tickets to the Echo Arena. That's why I got that fight. Everybody thought he was going to smash me. Everyone involved with that fight thought he was going to smash me. But when he went to within an inch of losing, and it's a decision that could have went either way, he doesn't want to come near me after it. That's why he couldn't answer the question then when I said it in front of him. Just answer me this: why wouldn't you take the rematch immediately? Do you know what he said? I think he was saying what that was chain station was. That long word. I couldn't understand what he was saying. I just answered the simple question: why wouldn't you fight me the minute after the rematch happened? He wouldn't fight me because he believed he was going to knock me out, and he just believed he was going to beat me up. And that's all I've got to say about that. Well, let's do it right now. We can do it right now, you fucking rat.
So let's get on to the Bellew of the Week's first nomination is from Danny Robson for the WBA, who gave a happy birthday to Jarrell Big Baby Miller. Doesn't matter what Jarrell's up to at the moment. Happy birthday, fella.
I bet you got paid for it as well, the cunt, eh?
Hope you have a good one, says the WBA. So
I bet that birthday cake glowed in the dark pretty well, eh? Took the candles. Motherfucker.
Oh, man.
Happy birthday to Jarrell. We'll all echo that sentiment. For him, for the WBA. William Lee has nominated Carl Froch. Carl Froch liked a Tommy Robinson, Katie Hopkins video. Watch, copy and share, says Katie Hopkins, as Tommy Robinson go on his way to court into Belmarsh. Carl Froch MBE liked this. William Lee picked up on that one. 4 days to go, says Eddie Hearn, DAZN, Chisora, Billum Smith, blah, blah, blah. Harrison Ferris jumped in. Quite a few people nominated this. Anybody who doesn't think this is box office doesn't know boxing, says Harrison Ferris. So he was obviously happy to part with his money. D-Dog has nominated Baby Fat Mick for drawing against an Afghan debutant over in Saudi Arabia. Indeed, Michael Hennessy Jr., after making his debut on Channel 5, fought to a majority draw against Farhad Hazratzada. Hope I'm pronouncing that right, Farhad, if you're listening. So there you go, a nomination for Michael Hennessy Jr. Paul Ferguson has nominated Johnny Nelson. Dillian White reminds Johnny Nelson of a young Joe Frazier in that he'll fight everybody and anybody. So Johnny Nelson up to his old tricks again. Paul Ferguson nominated. There you go. Chad Hogan has nominated Patrick Bateman, talking about a Floyd Mayweather-Manny Pacquiao rematch. Floyd doesn't want it. He knows what would happen with 100% Pacquiao. Not to mention, I agree with others that I believe Pacquiao won the fight. The commentary was biased in every way, says Patrick Bateman. Zeconomics, I'm sure this will be a rich vein of Bellew of the Week worthy bollocks, he says, from Alabi Omo Barden. He says to Anthony Joshua underneath one of his visiting Nigeria videos, Mr. Celeb, please beat Ruiz for me. You are much taller and muscular. A fat peep is already daring me for fight just because he was inspired by Ruiz. Double jab. Double jab. We'll do it, says Alabi Omabaden. So there you are. You liking that one then, Dave? It's very much in Dr. Joseph Ajayo territory.
The Nigerians are still not over that loss. I don't think they ever will be over.
No, they're really not over the loss of Isaac the Grenade Ekpo.
What a legendary mention, Donny. I've forgotten all about him.
Good beat up Abraham, I remember back in the day. The middleweight.
The Grenade, exactly.
When he beat Abraham,
One of the best nicknames.
He lost to Abraham, right?
Yeah, he lost to Abraham. He fought in the prison canteen, though, Donny, so he can always have that on his record.
He was
Yeah.
robbed.
They would have slaughtered so many animals. It would have been ridiculous.
Brian King. Thanks, Donny. You've said enough tonight. Brian King has nominated Billy Nelson. Eddie Hearn blew them out of the water, says Billy, when talking about Martin Bacoli signing with Matchroom. Derek has nominated Johnny Nelson again. I've been watching some footage of Joe Frazier. He was crude, rugged. He wasn't a sweet boxer, but he was tough. He was determined. He was a lot like Dillian White. If you're looking at hunger, desire, natural instinct, then yes, in every way, says Johnny Nelson, trying his best to win Bellew of the Week. Samuel from Against the Ropes, good friend of the pod, has nominated Teofimo Lopez, who put up this little picture of him morphing into Floyd Mayweather. We're not here to take part, we're here to take over, says Teofimo Lopez. All respect to you, champ. Hashtag God bless at Floyd Mayweather.
That's got to be an outrunner so far. Got to be.
Oh my god.
It's a solid one, isn't it?
God.
It's a solid one. Jamie Nutsack 007 has nominated Gary William. Loma and Usyk are best fighters in Ukraine, but if Gvozdyk beats Beterbiev, then that's a more impressive win than any of Loma and Usyk's
I
wins,
understand that nomination. Because who's Beterbiev beat? To say that, if Gvozdyk wins, that it's like a great win. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, I'm not saying Beterbiev is no a good fighter or stuff like that, but what is he now? 34, 35, and this is him just stepping up now to this point. I know he's had problems promotioning stuff like that, but I think we need to wait and see how this fight progresses before we can say that it's a top win or elite win. Beterbiev is a belt holder. He has been for a while, but he's also fought some trash in that time as well. So I can understand the comment.
Gary's basing it more, Donny, off his potential, his punch power, his reputation, perhaps.
Wait, is this guy's Twitter handle Nutsack007?
It certainly is. He's a quality troll. I admire his work.
Like usually people who put 007 in their handle, they think they're cool or whatever, but then you're preceding that by Nutsack. I don't know. It just doesn't really compute for me. But that's just me. I don't know.
Says the person who was just dropping in anal comments a minute ago.
Yeah,
Don't throw rocks in glass houses, Donald. Anyway, Marcus Bellinger has nominated Leonard Ellaby. Mr. Ellaby said, in the opening bout on PBC on Fox pay-per-view, with the exception of Nello, Luis Neri is arguably pound for pound the best Mexican in the sport. Kid can go. What about that then, Gabe? Leonard Ellaby says, apart from Canelo, Neri is the arguably pound for pound the best Mexican in the sport.
Go on, Gabe.
Leonard Ellaby is a fucking fat fucking cunt. He knows fuck all about boxing. He has a big fat mouth, wears stupid fat glasses, and I hope he fucks off and falls down the ring steps next time his large ass is walking up him.
I was waiting for the word homosexual to get put in there, by the way.
With his big smile on his face, Leonard Ellaby.
Fuck that guy.
Enough.
Luis
Didn't Luis Neri also get busted for Mexican beef or whatever?
I don't know.
He's innocent, Don.
It was the beef that they claimed as the reason why he tested positive for drugs. But yeah, he pretty much went over to Japan after being stuck on.
Over to Japan and beat the jabbers out of some guy and knocked him cold, and then they popped him for some Mexican beef too.
And then the WBC put him right back in with the same guy again. It was Shinsuke Yamanaka, and Yamanaka had the balls to go back in with him again. And lost to him a second time, which I still suspect that he's on some kind of drugs because he made the weight, and we see him constantly struggle with the weight. Even the fact last night that he was quite a bit larger than Payano. So, if Ellaby loves him so much, maybe he can trip and fall on his dick. For all I give a shit, bunch of assholes.
Thumbs up to Leonard Ellaby, says Gabe. Steve Bunce just noticed 3 of the shows in Britain tonight and tomorrow are officially topped by women. A fan can watch about 75 live fights on British TV this weekend. That is a revolution, my friend, says Bunsey. Mr. Potato says, all thanks to Eddie Hearn, hashtag legend. Matt Simpson has nominated Mr. Potatoes, who is his Twitter handle is a little picture of Mr. Potato Head from the Toy Story, so that seems like a genuine account as far as I'm concerned. Ultra Tech Sports Raw has nominated Gareth on the YouTube comments, who keeps on patting Mr. Tony Bellew on the back. Moz has nominated that one. Max has said, this man talks more sense than the rest of Twitter put together. Ozzy, if you had to guess who Max was talking about, Max 25143798, I'm assuming that's his real surname, says, this man talks more sense than the rest of Twitter put together. Who is he actually talking about, Ozzy? Who do you think?
Talking about me, Stephen.
I'd say Spencer.
Possibly.
Spencer.
Oh, Spencer. Well done, boys. Ryan Younger 10 has nominated him. This man, Spencer Fearon, talks more sense than the rest of Twitter put together, says Max. So there you go. He has spoken. Harold Anand has nominated Tim Hopkins for tagging in so many people, just a creamer retweet. Michelle Phelps, Eddie Hearn, Box Nation were just some of the recipients of his tagging. Chad has nominated RB. Are Sky the only pay-per-view platform? You actually get shitloads of boxing at no additional cost on Sky. This is their first UK pay-per-view event of the year in July. And for a top 5 heavyweight as well. I think RB is maybe a bit confused. Maybe had a bit of a knock on the head there. He's been nominated anyway. What have we got here? Joseph Ajayo. Always love hearing from him. Luke Cloherty has nominated the Doctor. It was the referee who said no more, not that AJ did quit. Listen, people, African adage said, a good general does not fight and die in the war front. To run and fight again, that is how we know a great generalissimo. Ruiz, back of the neck is a rough blow, not allowed in boxing. So the Doctor's not happy about Ruiz against AJ, Donny. He thinks that AJ didn't quit and that Ruiz was dropping illegal blows.
Doctor, heal thyself.
Say that again, Donald.
Never mind. No, I said.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Sorry, Donny, I talked over you. I do apologize.
No, I'm just saying it's really fucked up. Like AJ's biggest fans just like can't accept that he quit. They're just like they're in total denial. It's really pathetic. And they really need to seek professional help, in my opinion.
Maybe they could get some professional help from Dr. Joseph Ajayo. Joseph Ajayo.
He could cue himself. Chad Hogan has nominated David Hay. He's like Mike Tyson, says Mr. Hay. David Hay sees similarities between Dillian White's opponent, Oscar Rivas, and the heavyweight great Rob.
The fucking cheek of him saying that. With a straight face as well. Fucking hell.
He's classy, isn't he, man? No fucks given. I'm actually starting to admire Hay a bit more, you know.
Yeah, I think I like him better out of the ring than I did towards the end of his career, like, definitely. I liked him early doors, but then all that shit in the middle, like.
Never know, he might come back again. Maybe Hay versus Bellew 3. This time it's personal. Chad Hogan has nominated Eddie. Talking.
If I was him, I'd be more inclined to try and get the rematch with Rita Ora.
Maybe getting him on the Love Island, perhaps with Tommy Fury and Pink Tyson.
Oh man, that'd be unbelievable. Definitely.
Eddie talking to Boxing Social. This is one of the best cards we've put on in a long time. Eddie Hearn discusses criticisms of this week's White versus Rivas card due to it being a pay-per-view show. Brian nominated him for that, coming towards the end now. Gavin Stevens has nominated Eddie again, talking to behind the gloves, behind the ropes, behind the ring, behind the something. I haven't quite screenshotted it. Good job. Frank Warren is not doing a good job on Daniel Dubois, says Eddie. Eddie Hearn on Warren, AJ Ruiz too, and a terrible Saudi card. He's obviously trolling Andy, isn't he? I think Frank's doing a fine job with a 21-year-old British champion.
He's done no bad. Pretty well, actually. You know, tried to talk him out of that fight with Gorman. Gorman said no, he put his foot down. That's what you want. This is why we're talking about when fights don't happen and stuff, and you know, a lot of shit goes on at the promoters and that, you know, but at the same time, promoters obviously have got a lot to say on why fights don't happen. But it was a refreshing moment when Dubois and Gorman says, no, we want this fight to happen and stuff. So for Eddie to come out and say, you know, his career's getting mismanaged or whatever and stuff like that, 21-year-old British champion already, right? And you can't even get Dave Allen a Southern Area fucking title fight or get him to win that belt, you know what I'm talking about? So, you know, and for what I'm hearing as well, Eddie, you know, there's some really problems with this Ruiz rematch. People advising them not to take the rematch right, you know, straight away. Heyman might have you by the bollocks and stuff like that. Not a good time to be Eddie Hearn. Plus, last night didn't do well as well. So, yeah, poor Eddie.
His haircut looks nice though.
Eh?
What
about his hair plugs, by the way?
That's what we said. His haircut looked amazing. He looked like a confused Lego man.
Oh man, he's got Botox, hair plugs. He's 40-year-old Eddie, man. Jesus Christ, just Just do it gracefully. Do it gracefully, mate. It's what you can do, but you can't do it.
Yeah, there's a lot to be said for that, isn't it? Like, just take
ego.
it. You know what I mean? We try
The
to hang on.
the ego to say to yourself, I'm
You
more
want to see Frank
important.
Warren going out getting Botox, would you?
No, Frank just fucking says, take me as you are, but Eddie Hearn's like, you know, I've got the chick, you know, I've got the, you know, the chicks and dicks to keep happy and that, you know, so he's got to get the Botox, he's got to get the fucking hair transplants done, he's got to get the fucking Botox, he's got to get the fucking tan, get a wee bit of kind of middle-aged spread off. Yeah, it's no good for Eddie Hearn these days, like.
Donny, if your hair started thinning, would you consider a transplant?
Probably.
There you go. Maybe the British Hair Clinic will get involved. We've mentioned them for Bellew of the Week in the past. I think James DeGale's affiliated.
Thankfully, we're not at that point yet. But no, what I was going to say was, though, is that I think Frank Warren brings along a young, promising fighter in the best possible fashion, and he usually does it the old-fashioned way by doing the area titles and then the British title and the Commonwealth title. I think he's doing a great job with Dubois, and I think that Eddie Hearn has a case of sour grapes because he probably wishes that he got on Dubois instead of some of the other fighters that he's picked up or whatever. But I think that Frank's doing a great job. I saw a tweet the other day with all of the numbers that he's doing on YouTube in terms of his some of his knockouts and everything. And then there was one video with 1.4 million views. I think Frank's doing a great job. It kind of reminds me of the way they did with Amir Khan. I mean, he built Amir up really, really well, and I think he's doing the same thing with Daniel Dubois. I mean, he's kind of like an Aram type. I mean, he knows how to like really nurture young stars and bring them along and give them exactly what they're ready for at the right time. I think he's doing great.
Yeah, well said. For all of his faults, Frank certainly knows there's been a fighter along. Brian King absolutely on fire this week. He's nominated Alex Thomas. Alex has dropped a few L's here on this one. He tweeted to IFL Umar before the fight. He said, I'm spending £169.99, £150 on a ticket to go to the show, and $19.99 so I can relive Chris Billum-Smith winning in a spectacular fashion. You're welcome at Eddie Hearn. Starting to racket up the L's there, Mr. Alex Thomas. Hope you had a good night anyway. 13 Mike Boxing.
Ask him, has he ever heard of the Asylum Patreon, this fella? We
need to get him on board, man.
Get on board, man. You get value for money here. You can relive what you want for $19.99. Dickhead.
$19.99. That gave him about 6 months. That gave him about 8 months worth. There you go. Well said, Rob. Patreon.com/Boxing Asylum.
Below you.
Friggin' right. You were
relax.
$9.99.
What's wrong with you tonight, Donald? For fuck's sake, relax, man. Will you? Come on. Bringing the fucking tone down on a reputable, respectable podcast.
Donnie's bringing too much sexual energy to the pod tonight. You have to try and calm him down a bit, man.
Of course, this is what happens when you get loaded into the pussy. You get close to marriage and stuff like that. You don't get it as much. Donnie's past the honeymoon period at the minute. Whereas we're at it 10 times in the weekend and stuff like that. No, it's 10 times every fucking 10 years.
There's a lot of truth to that.
Yeah, I bet you're beating your meat in the shower every morning. By the way,
when's the big wedding? That's
September the 7th.
Yeah, we're all meeting.
Andy knows. Yeah.
I knows because it's the day after my birthday, and I was actually going to go to it until my wife fell pregnant. So
Yep.
I would have been there, Donnie. Sorry, mate, but
I would have been there, only I wasn't invited.
There's still time to come in.
Well, we're going anyway, so.
Be funny if we gate crash, wouldn't it, Rob?
Oh, can you imagine me in Boston, by the way? Oh, it'd be amazing.
Bring it down to Celtic, man. Love it down there.
Oh, I love Boston, man. I've been to Boston before. It's fucking brilliant, man.
Boston is actually good, yeah.
Oh, Boston's amazing.
You're going to have,
what?
Definitely.
Oh, aye. It's a good night, like.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Emily X in the chat room. Can I get a shout out from the Asylum? Sorry, Emily, not tonight. Back to Bellew of the Week.
Brian, you're after giving us every Bellew of the Week already. Relax.
How many more times do you want to get in, Rob? Well said.
Good hell.
At 13, Mike Boxing has nominated Spencer X. Oh, he's going on about Dean White. Dean White is a black traveller. He wins by early KO. Give it a rest, Spencer, for goodness sake. Well, yeah, I know he's on blocks.
a solid 30 minutes of Bellew of the Week.
Great material this week, Dave. Another one from Brian King. You know what? I have had to cut about 9 or 10 of Brian's as well on top of all this. A few crackers from Gareth A. Davis, says Brian on Talk Sport, about David Price, Derek Chisora, etc., etc. Matt Skelton has nominated Danielle Shaw, talking about Manny Pacquiao in the Clean Boxing program. That's all the ones I've got. Any nominations from you, Dave?
Did you put in Lennox?
Oh, yeah, go ahead. You put in that one. I forgot.
Lennox Lewis called Mike Lee Andy Lee when he was getting battered around the ring.
Donnie, any nominations from you?
Negative.
Yes, I've got one.
Go on,
I
Andrew.
got a belter as well.
I've got a belt as well. PBC, just at the top of the broadcast there last night before the Pacquiao Thurman fight and stuff like that, they put a wee picture up of the welterweight champions and put up Errol Spence, IBF champ, Sean Porter, WBC champ, Manny Pacquiao, WBA regular champ, and Keith Thurman, WBA super champ. But there was no reference to the WBO champ, the one and only Terence Crawford there. So a bit kind of petty from the PBC.
They're shameless, Andy. They've done it on the light heavyweights as well. They had
Yeah.
every light heavyweight except for, I think it was Bivol, and they mentioned them all except for Bivol. They went through them one by one. He was at the end, and
Yeah.
they just didn't mention him at all.
Definitely for the PBA Bill of the Week for me for the PBC.
Sad bastards. Yeah, I think it was ESPN who done that, but anyway, they're all at it. They're all at it. Gabe, any from you? Gabriel.
Sorry about that.
No need to be sorry, Gabe. No need to be sorry at all. Ozzy, any from you?
No, none from me.
Rob, you said you had a belter. No pressure.
Oh yeah, Chris Eubank Senior. He was giving an interview. I think it was Umar this week, and they said, "What have you been up to, Chris?" And he went, "Police work," right, with his badge. And I went, "Oh yeah, police work." And he went, "Yes, in New Orleans and the Sudan." The Sudan, right? I was like, "What? What's going on here?"
Sudan's fucking lawless, man. ISIS fucking run that place, man.
Well, no, Eubank's gone to Sudan. It's almost like they got a fucking convention together. They're like, "Okay, we need to deploy some of our greatest men on this project. Who's going to fight crime in New Orleans and the Sudan? Can we get Tony Bellew?" No, he's getting Tony Bellew to deal with ISIS. Let's get this Eubank in. So he goes on then in the interview to say that there must be something to the vegan diet when you see how sleek the coats on giraffes are. Sorry, what the fuck is going on with Chris Eubank? He had the police badge on him as well. I was like, hold on, that's not police, that's Paw Patrol, asshole. That's not what police work. So I don't know. Yeah, Eubank for that one.
Giraffes featuring heavily because Caleb Plant had a giraffe's print on his shorts in honour of his mother, whose favourite animal was the giraffe. So who would have thought there were so many giraffe-based references this week?
Yeah, the giraffe. Could Caleb Plant possibly fight Eubank Jr. and in the Sudan? I don't know. It could be. There's all kinds of possibilities there.
With giraffes at ringside.
Sudan. They're sleek and their eyes are so clear and their skin is so sleek. So there's something to the vegetation. Oh, fucking hell. I was like, what the fuck am I watching here? Like, Jesus Christ.
Oh, I have to vote for him just because of Rob laying it out so perfectly.
Fair play, Rob. That did deliver on every level, so that was indeed a belter. Okay, so yeah, I'm definitely going for Chris Eubank. That's an absolute cracker. Dave, what do you think? Spencer Fearon had a solid week. Teofimo Lopez was in there as well. Who are you going for?
No, screw Spencer. I'm going to vote for Rob's pick there because he really nailed the delivery. Although I did want to say I don't even know if this was nominated because I've been drinking, but Thurman's a worthy shout for all the shit he talked. But I'm going to go for Eubank Senior.
Eubank Senior as well. Donny, Joseph Ajayo had a good week, but who are you going for?
Yeah, actually, sorry, Rob's nomination really takes the cake. Yeah, the thought of Chris Eubank going down there and just taming the Janjaweed rebels in the Sudan with his slick boxing skills against their Kalishnikovs, handling law enforcement responsibilities. That really has to do it for me. So.
There you go, Chris Eubank Senior sweeping across the board. And Johnny Nelson was comparing Dillian White to Joe Frazier, but what about Chris and the Giraffes?
Yeah, but Chris is obviously just that naturally weird rear echelon motherfucker, just eccentric, he comes out with that shit, and I'm not surprised with it anymore and stuff like that. I mean, this is a guy, as I say, walked down from the top staircase of the Brighton fucking hotel in his underpants, stopped in the middle of the restaurant and says, when thousands of people are sitting there looking at him, and says, look, people still remember me. Well, of course they fucking remember you, dickhead. You're a black man walking down the stairs with your fucking underpants on. Jesus fuck. Of course they remember you. So it's too easy to hate on Eubank, so I'm going to go for Joy Nelson. The plumber shagged my dog.
I had to mute
Shagging
that man.
dog.
The dog could hear it.
It's all about the giraffes now, Rob.
They're getting on a vegan diet. Fuck that.
Mind your neck in.
Right,
Like
Gabe.
Frenois, the giraffe team continues.
That's a good one, actually. Frenois, the fucking giraffe.
Oh,
That's what we're going to call him, the giraffe. Frenois, man, that neck, man. His neck looks like fucking Josh. Klitschko's after fucking Joshua landed that uppercut on him, mate.
I thought of that when you mentioned that. Gabe, nomination for me. I haven't done a very good job of reeling it in tonight, have I? I just realised it's 20-11. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm gonna fucking die here. Sorry, Gabe. Any no, not nominations. Who are you going for?
Gabe's still dying, man.
He's raging Gabe.
Gabe's high right now, bro. Like he's like.
Go on, Gabe.
Compose yourself, Gabe. Come on.
Eubank.
Eubank. Ozzy, who are you going for?
Sheriff Eubank.
Sheriff Eubank. Looks like it's going to be a clean sweep apart from Johnny Nelson. Little nomination for him, throwing him from Andy. I'm losing my voice here, Rob. Who are you going for? I suppose Eubank.
Yeah, it has to be Chris for that one. Like, there's a new sheriff in town, and his name ain't Reggie Hammond.
There's a new sheriff in town, indeed. Congratulations to you, Chris Eubank Senior. Even you have been nominated for the Bellew of the Week for this weekend of episode 332 of the Boxing Asylum Notes podcast. Congratulations.